Fun Worms Part 3. I'm Kate Hahn, and this is my grandma Kelly Packer.
Hi everybody! Our worms have been surviving very well. We've kept them in the house, as we said last week. The weather has not really gotten much better until today. It's 70 degrees. And so we're gonna do a little bit of moving them outside this week and put them into the garage and try to get them acclimated to a little bit cooler weather as opposed to a house that's heated to 65 or 70, depending on who sets the thermostat at my house. That being said, Kate, what's the best ideal temperature for worms? What do they like?
40 to 80 degrees.
Right. And so we're hoping that soon we'll have at least 40 degrees at night and maybe 80 degrees in the day. So that's going to be our goal this week, is to get them moved out into the garage. We were going to take them up north this weekend, but we have a couple of things going on, so we're gonna wait until Memorial Weekend, and then we're gonna be able to take them up. So today, we've noticed this week that our worms are really squirmy, aren't they? This week, we've had some visitors. People have been coming and looking at the worm farm. It's been great, and so we decided that we're gonna step up our feeding, and so we're kind of following the worm management guidelines set up here. And so, Kate, can you tell me, for every pound of worms, how much food a day they need?
Half pound.
Yep. So we have 5 pounds of worms, right? Do you remember how many pounds we have? 5?
5.
Yep. So for every 5 pounds, let's try to do the math, Kate. You try to do the math on here. Did you get 2.5 pounds a day that we're gonna have to come up with?
Yeah.
Yep. So we're gonna have to do 2.5 pounds of food every day. Now, we're trying not to panic about that, because our cost will be a little bit, if we have to go buy food, then that's not gonna work out for us. So we're gonna try to make it with our food scraps, which include, there's a few things like vegetable peels, pancakes, so your leftover pancakes, your pasta, your rice, cheese crusts, cereal, crackers, stale bread, which we have lots of that around our house sometimes. So, and then they like to say 50% regular food, and then 50%, what else do they like? They like the shredded
Paper.
Yep, we like to take shredded paper. And what do you guys have a lot of at your house that we found out today that we can shred up and bring up and actually put back into the environment? Junk mail?
Junk mail.
Yeah, they have a lot of junk mail at their house, and so does everybody else. So we're gonna start shredding it up, and we're gonna start putting it in our worm farm, aren't we? Put it back into the environment. So for everybody,
Pretty much everybody has junk.
right. So there we go. 50% of our food is already free. We're not going to worry about it. We're just going to keep moving on and try to get our worms fed the best we can, right? So remember last week, you can come over here, Kate. We added our second house, remember? So they're living down here, and they're living really well. Living well in their condo. They love it down there. You can see how moist the soil is and how nice it looks. They appear to be late. There's like granules. There's a lot of stuff going on in there. We've been just kind of trying to let them do their natural thing. The big thing today that we're going to talk about is what's at the bottom. And this is the worm castings. And so this is an old spatula. I just want to let everyone know we don't use this for grilling out. So in case you come to my house, don't panic. But this is what we're going to use today. And this is nice and fertile, nice and has a lot of nutrients in it. And we're going to plant some plants today. We're going to plant some tomato plants in the red pot and some pepper plants, right, Kate? Do you remember what's in the gray? Pepper?
Pepper.
And then tomato plants. So we already got the dirt in there for time's sake. So what we're gonna do is remember how to plant plants, Kate? So we're gonna go in here, and everybody knows how to plant plants, I think. So you wanna dig that with your little spade or with that? Just dig a hole. I didn't fill this all the way because these plants get really tall. So I'm gonna put some cages up. But we have 3 of them. I'm not a huge master gardener, but this, we gotta make it look like we know what we're doing here. So let's put this one in here, kind of spread them out. We're gonna put this one in. Wait, don't think, because we got to put our castings in. We're gonna dig this one out. This is just regular potting soil. A little bit of, but you know, our fertilizer is gonna come from where? From what? From the worm.
Poop.
Yep. So I think everyone realizes what fertilizer is, because what do cows do, and what do they use for with cow's poop? They make fertilizer out of it. So it's a natural thing, and it goes back in the soil. You just have to be careful not to use too much of it. And you know why? Because then it'll burn the plants. We don't want that, do we? All right, Kate, get your spatula. We got a spatula. Here, let's use the spatula. Will you do that? Oh. So, we use a spatula because we didn't want our worms. Some of the worms fall right down in here, and they don't really like that, so we try to get them back up into their regular environment. They try to climb up, but sometimes it doesn't work. So, yep. So we're gonna move them up. So let's put this in here. You ready? Put these in here. Just sprinkle it around the plants. Sprinkle it around. Give maybe another sprinkle. See, we're harvesting our castings, so we're taking our fertilizer, and we're hoping that this makes our plants nice. Oh, a worm got in there. They probably like it in there. And so, yep. So that's what we did today. We'll pour a little bit of water. You want to do that, Kate? Put a little water so that the plants get their water that they need. Okay, that's good, because we gotta save it for the other half. There we go. We're gonna put that on there, and then we're gonna move this one aside. And then we're gonna go to the peppers. Got it? Or, I'm sorry, the tomatoes. See, I told you I don't know plants. So we're gonna pull these out, break the roots up a little. Yeah, break the roots up. We're gonna set them in here. Break the roots up, set them in here. All right, so we got 3 plants in this pot, and so now what do we need to do to get it nice and fertile? What are you gonna do?
Water it.
Nope, one more thing.
Oh, yeah.
Use your spatula. It's a little bit easier. And like I said, we use that slotted spatula so the worms kind of, go out. Plus, there may be some eggs or something in there that may fall. I mean, I'm hoping that we're not harvesting too many of our eggs outside of it. But it's a learning process, so that's what we're doing. Yeah. So we're gonna put this around, and then we're gonna put some water on it. Put some water. Awesome. And we got the big beef tomatoes plants planted now. Part way to our garden, aren't we? We're just gonna have a patio garden this year, aren't we? So all right, we got that done. So now we got to got a little sign that says, I can't remember what it says. Wishes come from come in a garden. Wishes come true in a garden. Perfect. That's from my grandma Dusham's garden. Every time I plant tomatoes, I think about her. Shout out to Grandma Dusham. So anyway, we're gonna put these back because these worm castings are worth $1 million, we think. Don't we, Kate? Yeah. So we're gonna put those. Yep. Well, they keep falling down. So put them in there. We've been doing a good job of trying to keep our stuff. We're good. Keep our stuff. Keep them fed. We're gonna step that up this week, and make it a little bit so they have a little bit more nutrients. We're gonna try some new things like some more crushed eggshells and stuff like that. Try to get them moving around. Our moisture content seems to be pretty good, so I'm not too worried about it. We're moving them outside, so I gotta watch that. One thing they said was that you put some sections of moist newspaper on top if you feel like it's a little bit dry, and so that's what we're gonna do. But first, we forgot to put our compost in because I think everybody likes to watch us feed our worms. Here, I'll help Kate by digging our little tunnel. See the worms are over here by where the food is, so we got to start moving ourselves around a little bit. We haven't put shredded newspaper in there in a couple days, and it seems to be the thing they love the most because When I open this up tomorrow morning, that newspaper will be everywhere. That's just what they like. So we're gonna put this on to keep it a little moist tonight because we're gonna put it outside. I'm not really sure what that's gonna do to it. So we're gonna put that back on. Like I said, what's the temperature they like?
40 to 80 degrees.
Yeah. So we gotta watch it at night because we've been having freeze warnings, which is 32 degrees or lower, which is not acceptable for May, but it is what it is. We're gonna put that on. We're gonna be where?
Cabin.
Yep. We're gonna take it up north and we're gonna be ready to see how they do in their new home. So I hope everybody is enjoying our adventure. We are, aren't we, Kate?
Thanks for watching Cooked on Worms. Comment below all your questions. Hit subscribe. Thanks for watching.